You are unqualified to have an opinion on artificial intelligence until you have seen these 7 movies, ranked in order from best to worst by me, an expert YouTuber. And if you stay to the end, we'll do a reaction to the new AI blockbuster movie,
The Creator.
So at the top of the list, the best artificial intelligence movie that has ever existed is called Ex Machina. The movie is not satisfying, it's just great. Like mind-expanding great. Like you go into the movie a boy and you come out a man kind of great. This is the movie where you can walk in a regular person and then walk out realizing we are about to unleash a Pandora's box where we are no longer the most intelligent species on the planet, and things will never be the same. But like you're also super thankful and humbled that you've been informed. That eerie feeling is because you kind of know artificial intelligence will be like this. It will be able to manipulate you, and it will be so smart that we won't ever really know what it feels or what it thinks or if we can totally trust it. Ex Machina is actually a Latin phrase that means the god from the machine. In fact, this movie doesn't even feel like fiction to me. It's just human history, but it'll take place in the future. Now, the second best artificial intelligence movie of all time is called Annihilation. And yes, I know what you're thinking. That was pitched as an alien movie, but I assure you, it's not. Look, the movie was done by the same writer and director as Ex Machina, and it is a sequel. Because you have to understand that superhuman embodied intelligence and alien life are just two sides of the same coin. That's right, the age of AI that we are entering into is birthing artificial intelligence, but it's also birthing a new life form. Look, intelligence can emerge from any kind of computational substrate. Sure, that could be neurons, but that can also be silicon. And realistically, if any life came from something like carbon the same way we did on another planet, they would eventually become smart enough that they would want to digitalize their consciousness and send it across the universe at light speed. Then you land on a planet and you start to learn about what the planet's material makeup is and what some of the life form is on it. That's the shimmer. The shimmer is the alien life form experimenting with the planet's properties. And when the humans walk into that mysterious thing, that's why all the things that happen in the movie happen. And this movie is really profound. Like, it really got me thinking and kept me up at night. Take this statement at the end of the trailer when she says, for example,
"It's not destroying. It's making something new."
It's not destroying, it's making something new. I mean, that's a great way to summarize the alignment problem, creating something so much smarter than us. Like, it's not the Terminator. You're not gonna see the Terminator on this list. It's not gonna destroy us with some embodied robot with guns. The risk is an unchecked super intelligent, whether alien or computational, that just manipulates life in a way that we don't understand. Okay, so now let me take the freakiness down a notch, but I'll keep the introspection up high. The next movie is WALL-E. This little embodied AI is a perfect reflection of the problems with human nature. And it deserves the number 3 spot on this list of the best artificial intelligent movies of all time. The movie WALL-E is a unique kind of artificial intelligence, one with an objective function to seemingly mimic the best of human traits. WALL-E has a flawed but optimistic personality. He's super curious about everything, and most importantly, he's obsessed with finding a connection to others, something that humans have deep, deep, deep in our core. And that makes WALL-E and his love interest Eve more human than the humans in this story. In fact, it's the humans that actually seem the most alien in this movie because they've given in for many generations to the most hedonistic and short-term thinking possible, and it's ruined them as somebody we can identify with. Look, humans have been shaped by a long evolution of scarcity and unpredictable environments. The pursuit of food, shelter, health, community, that has been a relentless struggle that has never been easy for our ancestors. And it's from that relentless struggle that happiness is produced. That's why it's no coincidence that the end of this movie is happy, because it leaves a bunch of fat slob humans on a desolate planet to fend for themselves. A primitive environment where they have to once again work for their basic necessities, and that's the beginning of happiness, which might very well be the happiest ending of any movie that's ever been written. Now, for the number 4 AI movie on this list, I picked the movie Her. A movie in which it's never quite clear just how human AI Samantha really is. For anybody that's interested in the psychology of artificial intelligence, the movie Her is a must-watch. The film dives deep into the emotional and psychological aspects of artificial intelligence, exploring the potential for AI to become conscious or think to itself that it is conscious at the minimum, and what that means in context to a human who's feeling genuinely real emotions, including love. The movie really forces the viewer to go back and forth with AI Samantha about what she represents, how real she is, and how real this love is. And the movie dives right into the ethical and moral dilemmas that this kind of a relationship would present. It makes it, even though fiction, like a fascinating case study where the intersections of psychology and artificial intelligence kind of merge. I also think they did a fantastic job imagining how AI might get integrated into the fabric of society. This portrayal of artificial intelligence in the future is both unsettling and inspirational, and provides plenty of material for discussion and reflection. Number 5 on our list is Minority Report. It forces you to ask the question that if AI starts to pinpoint what we're gonna do so accurately that it can tell when somebody's gonna make a crime happen, do we actually punish them before they do it? The movie Minority Report is based around a technology that's not that much different from the direction we're actually going with artificial intelligence. In the movie, police have the ability to predict a crime before it happens. And just like the way modern artificial intelligent models work, they can be really accurate, but they don't give you a good description of why they came to the conclusion. But just like with a super accurate AI model with nearly perfect accuracy, they know that it means a crime is going to happen, and if they arrest the person ahead of time, it does prevent bad things from happening. And when you're talking about dangerous crimes and perfect accuracy, it seems irresponsible to not arrest the person. And that's exactly what the movie's pre-crime police department does. And the analogies to today's world are more applicable than ever before. Predictive analytic systems that are powered by AI are becoming pinpoint accurate in some cases. Now, we're not there yet with crime by any means, but if that future does come, start to think about how you would feel about being arrested for a pre-crime. But also, don't forget to reverse that and think about what it would feel like to have somebody arrested that was going to commit a crime that hurt you. But in that case, it might feel like quite a relief. Minority Report will force you to reconsider your opinions on fairness and justice. The number 6 spot on this list goes to the movie Interstellar. One of my favorite space movies, but it gets on the AI list because of TARS. TARS is the AI-powered robot companion from the movie Interstellar. And he can teach us a whole lot about how artificial intelligence in embodied form might prioritize function over form. In the movie, TARS was designed to be strong, impregnable, and blast-resistant, reflecting its military background and its need to perform in all sorts of different environments. But what's cool about this robot is the form factor looks kind of awkward until you realize that TARS is a superhuman artificial intelligence with the ability to understand physics of motion in a way we never could. And the way that he's full of these nested components that have origami-like precision is refreshingly insightful to the normal humanoid version of robots that we see in most movies. I also love the human awareness from the scene where Matthew McConaughey has to decide what kind of honesty rating he wants to give TARS. Asking it to turn it down to 95% is just such a human thing. Just in case you want to ignore the advice, you're 5% of the time he's wrong. I could be right this time. I believe in it. I'm gonna do it. Or a similar scene with the sarcasm rating. It's interesting. I hope AI does work like that. And for the number 7 slot, the last slot on this list, I chose to squish together all of the Matrix trilogy. And the reason is that this trilogy, when you wrap your head around it, it mirrors what's happening with reinforcement learning in artificial intelligence. The Matrix serves as an exceptional cinematic guide for how artificial intelligence, when released out into the world, will actually work. And I don't mean like the human battery thing. I mean more the constant balance of everything having a yin and yang, and how there's a constant feedback mechanism and growth mechanism for all of the different systems. Basically, each tuned with their own objective function. It's like the Oracle and the Architect. Agent Smith and Neo, virus, antivirus. You find a hole, you plug it. You find a hole, you plug it. It provides this awesome, nuanced equilibrium feeling that we're actually going to probably end up with. And that balance is mirrored in artificial intelligence, particularly with something called reinforcement learning. That's a type of machine learning where the agent is basically duplicated, it plays against itself, and it learns from both decisions that it made on both sides of the table. It could be something more like a producer and a critic, or it might look something more like two agents playing chess with one another, just learning about why they lose at certain times and why they win at certain times. The Matrix trilogy, once fully understood, reveals the cyclical narrative of rebellion, conflict, and choice. And this cycle can be seen mirrored in our own world. Think about the dynamics of a team working together at a company, competing nations, or in the future, autonomous agents out there in the world on different servers with different goals, doing different things, interacting with humans and themselves. A vast interconnected universe of consciousness, both human and machine, is what we are stepping into right now. The Matrix offers a compelling lens to view and understand this complex landscape. Alright, so now as a little surprise for making it this far into the video, I'm going to share my thoughts on the much hyped upcoming AI movie trailer, The Creator.
What's heaven?
It's a peaceful place in the sky.
Are you going to heaven?
No.
Why not?
You gotta be a good person to go to heaven.
10 years ago today, the artificial intelligence created to protect us detonated a nuclear warhead in Los Angeles. For as long as AI is a threat, we will never stop hunting them. This is a fight for our very existence.
Whatever's in there, they're sure worried about someone getting in.
Yeah, we're getting out.
We're the same. We can't go to heaven. Because you're not good. And I'm not a person.
Did you locate the weapon?
Yeah, it's a kid.
Seatbelts.
What do you want with the child? We are this close to winning the war. Execute her, or we go extinct.
They're coming to get me.
Oh, dang, man. That is hype. That is hype. Okay, so right off the bat, even though this movie is a little bit like Terminator, which I love that movie, and I'm probably gonna love this movie, that is not how this is gonna play out with AI at all. And even though it's mostly an action movie, they did a really good job like bringing in those two quotes about what's heaven like, why can't you go to heaven, and why we're the same, because neither of us are qualified for heaven. That was powerful, and for the music to hit like right at the crescendo right there, I felt it. That was spine-chilling stuff. You know, and that premise really does give you the alignment problem. Like 10 years ago, we built something to protect us, but it didn't align properly with our goals in the long term, and for whatever reason, it dropped a nuclear weapon on Los Angeles, and now we've been dealing with this world since then that's very different from what we expected. But why would this dangerous weapon need a big safe like that if it's got the form factor of a child? Like, does it have some kind of super strength? Or maybe he made a mistake by taking the child and it was the TV that was the real danger, because they're like, we saw how stupid this made us, like, don't let anybody have a TV again, but we'll keep just one in a big safe in case we need it for some specific reason. Watch, it's just like a phone with TikTok on it, and they're like, no man, it was the TV the whole time. Plot twist. To be clear, we're never gonna hunt down rogue artificial intelligence embodied in robots with our stupid monkey brains. You really think this soft body and these slow trigger fingers are gonna do anything? The difference between AI and us is like us and goldfish, but even bigger. Like, imagine a bunch of goldfish being like,
we will never stop. We're gonna take over humanity and destroy the humans.
I'd be like, you have a 5-second memory, bro. I can contain you with a fish tank. July, August, September. They can't release trailers this early. Like, I need to be excited like a few weeks before I go. Like, it's too much. Smash that subscribe button.